Alright, in this video I want to write the VBA code to find the present value of a lump sum. So I've already named the worksheet TVM. I've named this cell CUR wealth and this YRS and this interest rate. Well, I want to change this name to CW. So I can go to Formulas, Name Manager, and I can edit that and change it to CW. Alright, and just click Close. And now I go back to Developer, Visual Basic. It's easier to toggle back and forth with Alt F11 unless you're working on my laptop, which they make that pretty difficult to do. So you just have to figure out which one is fastest. So now I insert module, insert procedure, and I'm going to give this a name, pres val. My only limitation, I can't have spaces, and I need to have something that's not already named, like average or sum. Click OK. So there is the start and the finish. So you have to tell VBA everything. Start the program, finish the program. If you want to add another VBA program, you can just insert a procedure again. You don't have to insert a module again if you don't want to. So my first step is I need to do the input. So CW is equal to worksheets, open parenthesis, quote, TVM, close parenthesis, period, range, open parenthesis, quote, CW. Notice I didn't capitalize anything. I hit the down arrow key and things capitalized. Now before I had this CW and this was CUR wealth. I did that to demonstrate the name of the cell doesn't have to be the same as the variable name in the VBA program, but it's easier for you if it is. So now I'm going to keep those all the same. And now that I've said I'm looking at the TVM worksheet, I can just tell it to go to a particular cell, and that's range. It gives me the cell which was INT rate, and note range capitalized, so it read what I was looking for. And then I need the years, call that YRS because I can't use year, and range and YRS. So those are my inputs. Down here at the bottom I'm going to have some output, so range, and I've named a cell ending val or end val, and you have to be precise with this. You have to have the quote, get the right one there. You can't, Excel won't recognize, VBA doesn't know that you mean end val if you said ending val. You have to have it spelled exactly right, or VBA can't handle it. So that range, that cell shall be equal to whatever the number for CW is. So now I'm going to write my for next loop. So I'll start right here, for I equal 1, 2, YRS. Press the down arrow key, or enter, and notice how the 4 and the 2 become blue. Those are commands, so VBA recognizes those as commands. And you can't use for as a variable because that's an actual command. Right? So this is going to allow the user to say how many years they want. Back here I can put this number 3 in. That number 3 is going to be read and called YRS, so this is going to be now 1 to 3. So here CW is equal to, and this is what we've done on the paper already. So we've already written this out on paper and checked it in our minds and physically written it out to know it's just CW divided by 1 plus the interest rate. And that's when I hit enter or the down arrow key, that spreads out, and knowing that Excel's saying, alright, I understand what you're talking about. And the next thing I'm going to do is next I, down arrow key, there we have it, delete a space, and now look how this is formatted. Here are the inputs together, here's the loop, and here's the output. I can see those 3 distinct parts of the code, and some people would even like to have no spaces in there. That's up to you. I prefer to have the spaces. Let's run it. And nothing happened, so I hope that's right. I go over here and there's an answer. So just to show you, there's clear the contents. There's nothing there. Do the macro to run, and there the answer comes up. I don't know that that's right. I'm going to do a check answer. And when we're first doing this programming, I'm intentionally choosing something that Excel already has a solution for. So no one in real life is ever going to write that code that we just wrote, because all they have to do is go to Formulas, Insert Function, PV already exists, so click on that, click OK, and then you say, well, the rate is this, the number of periods is 3, The future value is initial deposit, which I should call that, instead of initial deposit, I should probably call that future value. It's going to come out to be negative. I don't want it to be negative. It's just like your financial calculator switches the signs. So, okay. I want to call this maybe required balance. Right, because that solves the problem better. I need to have $1,000 in 3 years to have a 10% interest rate. I have to have, and instead of ending value, maybe I call this initial deposit. So I'm just using the variables from the spreadsheet before. No one named those a little bit better. So now we have that answer. Let's see, and it's checked. Let's try a couple of other inputs to see what we come out with. So 2,000, 4 years, 12%. Notice this changes. This does not, because I need to run the program. There are two ways to run that program. From developer, I can go to, or actually three. I can go to macros and just run it. And you can see you could just do Alt F8 to view the macros. I could go to Visual Basic. I could run it here. Or, and let's come up with new numbers here. I could do the following. And this is I really like. I can go to Design Mode. Once I've clicked on Design Mode, notice it's not highlighted. I click on it, it's highlighted. I'm now in Design Mode. I do Insert. I come down here, and this is a button. So I click on this, and then I highlight where I want that button to be. And it says choose the code. So I'm going to get this code right here. Click OK. And now when I press this button, now I got to get out of Design Mode first. Press the button and it changes. So change that to 4,000. The button, and it changes. But I don't like the name button 11, so I just right click. So I'm in this. I'm in the button. I right click, edit text, and I can call the button whatever I want. Call it present value. And this can be anything that you want it to be. It's just like text anywhere. Change that to a 5. Look at my check answer, click the button, and now we have it. So that's the present value of a lump sum.